into directly to YouTube is terrified of Speed leaving. Do I feel like streaming on YouTube might take some type of hit if Speed leaves? Yeah, but not really. They're not even taking the measures to be the biggest streaming platform. They're YouTube. They're okay with that, and I think that's just what it is. Anyway, let's see what's going on. Pull it to the switch. Let it up.
Well, it looks like YouTube might finally be showing some overdue respect to iShowSpeed, because he recently released a trailer for a show that's going to be produced for him. Now, recently, iShowSpeed's been going on his 35-day.
Speed has been going, bro. I remember seeing my first Speed clip. My first Speed clip, it was him. What was he doing? He was he's on 2K word talking crazy about his mother or something like that, and he was raging. For him to now be the person he is, it just shows that like you if you revamp, if you stay down, you stay consistent, you can switch this whole thing.
Tour around the US. This is off the back of him previously touring several countries, well, not just several countries, several continents. He had done an Australia tour, New Zealand, Asia, in multiple countries in Asia, as well as Europe tour and even a South America tour. I don't think he did Mexico yet, and I don't know if he did South Africa either. Did he go to South Africa? I'm not entirely sure. He may have done a date there, but he's done the biggest one yet, which is his home country of the US, 35 days. But unlike the other ones where he had peaked at 1 million viewers before, and I think that was in Indonesia, but it was one of his tour stops. In one of the countries, and he got over 1 million viewers, which is one of the most impressive feats that we've been able to see by an individual streamer. He decided to dual stream. Now, iShowSpeed was...
Oh my gosh.
You own apartment buildings. Seriously,
oh
why?
my gosh, bro. This is the reason why it's so frustrating.
What's poppin'?
The TJ video, I did the same thing. If you haven't seen it yet, bro. Oh my gosh.
Been able to see by an individual streamer. He decided to dual stream. Now, iShowSpeed was banned from Twitch for, I would say, at least 1.5 years, if not 2 years. Now, the banning on Twitch, I believe Aiden Ross somewhat allowed him to get banned. It was all, the banning on Twitch happened from a clip that came out of what he said on an Aiden Ross stream, where he was brought on as a guest. And then it was just an indefinite suspension. This was a couple of years ago. iShowSpeed, he kept doing his thing on YouTube. He was always primarily on YouTube, and he just used Twitch to be able to be a guest, and this held back Speed. Now, granted, he still blew up like crazy, but if he was able to collaborate with people that were on Twitch, it would have done wonders for his streaming career. He's really the biggest streamer to make it out of YouTube. So he started dual streaming, which is something that Twitch...
Absolutely. Biggest streamer to make it out of YouTube. Absolutely. Where Dr. Disrespect stream at? Didn't he stream on YouTube? It probably just wasn't as big as Street Speed, so I don't know.
Didn't used to allow. Twitch, if you were a partner, you had to exclusively stream on Twitch. You couldn't stream elsewhere. They got lax on that rule, and when streaming as an industry got more competitive, they had to adapt, which is good. It's great for the content creators. But it's competition for YouTube because Speed's home is YouTube. So they're like, yo, we just can't let him keep cooking on Twitch. We got to keep our mans. We got to keep our boy happy. And that's when this show came out, the trailer for it. So I'm going to play you guys the trailer right now, and we're going to get into it. And also somebody else who
Speed athletic motherfucker, ain't it?
has a lot of experience in the industry and streaming has to say about it.
I think I'm live now.
What's going on, boys?
It's crazy because, bro, the fact he said some crazy shit. This man that said some crazy shit, he's done some crazy things. They like, but we looking past all that. You're Speed. You're the guy. That's what's up.
All the work it took me to get here.
Speed goes pro.
Oh, damn. You gotta be kidding me.
Go, honey, drop. Great job, Speed. Wow.
You're trying to get skills that take years to get.
We're playing one of the best players ever.
Think about it. You just picked off Tom Brady.
You gotta run under 4.4.
Pure athlete. Call him Speed for a reason.
You gotta swallow it.
And you expect me to learn that?
I like that.
What's that? I did it! What the hell we about to do today? You've been talking a lot of...
Randy Orton.
You think I'm scared?
5.
Know what I mean, brother? Oh, you... 4. Come on, KD! I'm in your head!
3.
Welcome to the final challenge.
2.
Up. Whoa.
What can I do about that?
All right, buddy.
He ain't ready.
This is Speed Goes Pro.
Oh! No, wait, talk about... I farted.
So off rip, this is very...
I just love to see the advancement of a being, bro. I love to see the advancement. This is showing signs of him hosting a show one day. This is his thing. Y'all see everything that I did at one point. Now this is where I'm at the very top. This is what that looks like. This is giving that vibe. When he's now matured and when we're all older, we're all 30s, 40s. You know what I'm saying? Wow. Insane.
very, very entertaining, and I think it's a very, very cool concept. It
Great
all has
concept.
to do with
Super cool.
athleticism. Speed has been considered, and there's a storyline of him just being faster than everybody. It's in the name. iShowSpeed. He's trying to race everybody. He's called out several times, like Olympic athletes. There are times when he's lost races, and this is the opposite of what we had with Jake Paul. With Jake Paul, it was, oh, this guy's a boxer. When is he going to fight a real boxer? When is he going to fight a real boxer? And then the minute that he fought a real boxer, he lost, and it wasn't even close. There wasn't even a comparison. And he was still able to sustain the hype, but everybody knows that Jake Paul lost. Like, the idea and the mystique around Jake Paul of being a boxer, it's gone. Now,
Yeah, he was knocking out retired NBA players, UFC fighters that have no striking but known for wrestling and grappling. Now, I don't want to take anything away, like, just being a boxer and being in that sport, it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot. You feel me? So, you know, just learning that and taking punches and also beating up old, retired 76-year-old men. I don't know why he took that fight. And I'm so mad about this Gervonta Davis fight. That is so... Listen, I just hate that, bro. That is so bad. I don't think that's good. I don't think we should be doing that. That's just so dumb to me. I do not want that to happen, bro. I do not want that to happen, bro. For real.
it's just entertainment value of him being able to get in the ring with someone else that's a very big
He got a
name.
deodorant?
In the most recent case, it's Gervonta Davis, who is one of the best boxers of all time, but he's, 80 pounds and 8 inches shorter? 80 pounds less and 8 inches shorter than Jake Paul. So we're just seeing freak fights. It's entertainment at this point. But with Speed, even though he's lost races, people don't really remember any of the races lost. They just remember him beating everybody or people being scared to race him. And he's called out certain track athletes. He's called out other people. And, the guy hits backflips. So it's his brand. And for him to collaborate, and especially keep in mind, the guy loves football, soccer in America. So for him to do sport and to do it in collaboration with the best athletes, like you got gold medalists like Sonny Lee in here, and you've got him doing things that he wouldn't usually be comfortable. Like, we don't see Speed hoop like that. We've seen him play, I think he played at the Sidemen match, the charity game, which is one of the biggest events of the year. We've seen him, and we've seen people like Logan Paul transition into something like wrestling, WWE, with the entertainment value, the personality, and him really being able to hit those stunts. I mean, his brother Jake Paul says he's going to be one of the best wrestlers of all time. I don't know, because I haven't followed wrestling for a very long time, since maybe at least 15 years, maybe even 20 years. Actually, no. I was younger than that. So at least 15 years. So I don't know how good he is now, although people do seem to give him his props. Logan, that is, both in iShowSpeed. I think that's an example of somebody that can do something athletic that is also tied to entertainment And racing has just been that as of yet. But Agent, who is one of the co-founders of AMP, where you've got biggest...
My boy Agent been in the tuck. I feel like I haven't been seeing too much of bro. You know what I'm saying? He's just been getting his money doing in his lane, doing what he do. That's what's up, bro. I rock with Agent.
Content creation group, especially independent one, that came up on their own, didn't piggyback off of or come off of a legacy like FaZe. Not knocking FaZe, but we're just giving credit where credit is due to AMP here. He had this to say about the trailer.
You ready?
This is Speed Goes Pro.
And it's presented by Yo, I'll be honest, premieres. Wow, it is a show. I'll be honest, YouTube, hold on now. That's a bag. I'm not like YouTube know how to treat gang. YouTube know how to treat bro. Nah, that's smart. You know, they saw this co-streaming and they're like, nope.
Oh, this so YouTube's hosting this.
Nope. Yo. Damn. That's a good series idea too. Like if anybody was gonna do some this, it's gonna be Speed. And this is all we want to see him do. That's fire. Good for Speed, man. Hopefully the exclusively. Yeah, I know. They're not gonna. I'm assuming they funded the whole like they paid for everything. So like they're not gonna pay for everything and be like, yeah, bro, you could put that everywhere.
This was, of course, filmed before Speed decided to multi-stream, but it is keeping him on the platform, and it's exclusively made for the platform. Now, they contracted out a production company, OBB in this case, that handled all of the filming and things like that. Okay. But there was a show that was similar to this years ago. If you guys remember it was a short show. You can find the episodes on YouTube called The Tim Ferriss Experiment, and he would just work with professionals in certain fields to get really, really good at things. Now, it wasn't all athleticism. One of them was one of the episodes that was really interesting. There was a surf one that was more athletic, but there was also one where he had to learn Tagalog, which is the Filipino language, and he had to conduct an interview, a 5-minute interview, within less than a week. So he had to learn that language and be able to be on television doing an interview in that. And that was the premise of the show. But with YouTube, I think this is great because the last time YouTube did something like this, it was actively, at least, it was a decade ago. And then PewDiePie's situation happened with Maker Studios, and he was supposed to have a show, and they decided to pull everything, and that became the adpocalypse. But people like Liza Koshy and other very, very, very big YouTubers of that time were getting their own shows with YouTube.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've been seeing that show thing with YouTube. That has been a minute.
But I think the game changed. Like, they were producing them, and I think YouTube was just taking an L on these things at that time because it wasn't a new viewer base that was going to watch this stuff. It was the fans of those YouTubers that were going to watch it on YouTube, which they were going to watch anyway because their favorite creators on YouTube. Content creation as a whole has matured a lot since then because there's clipping culture, number one. So everybody's clipping it. So there are people that see Speed on Facebook, people that see Speed on TikTok exclusively. That's the only place they see him. They don't even watch the stream. They don't even know where he streams if they had to know. Although YouTube is more...
They just seen him on Facebook. You know what's funny? That's so true because my mom was on Instagram and she was like, who is this guy? I saw him. I saw his content. I saw something that was funny, but then I saw he had so many followers and I was looking at his stuff and I was like, well, what is he doing that? She couldn't understand why he had so much love on Instagram, and like he just was going so crazy on IG because that's just where she saw him on Instagram. She don't know nothing else about this nigga. So let me see him. It was Funny Mike. Nigga had like 10 million on Instagram or something. I was like, oh my, like yeah, this is an OG in the YouTube space, content creation space, period. And I broke her down the 21 Savage shit, or the 22 Savage shit, and just was explaining all the lore to her, but she just didn't understand at first. And I'm like, that's crazy because that was my first. She only knows him and sees him and exists on Instagram when his whole legacy came from Vine and YouTube and stuff like that. Crazy like YouTube channels with millions and millions of subs. It's kind of wild. That's how the internet works though, and that's why it's important. Like as a person that's coming up in the content space, to be spreading your content everywhere. If you're doing if you made a short for YouTube, that same short needs to be a TikTok. That same TikTok needs to be a IG reel. That same IG reel needs to be a Facebook post. That's what I was doing. I was putting I had everything on every platform. For real.
Accessible than Twitch to a broader range of audience. And by range, I mean range of age. So you've got those as an example. YouTube TV is also a very big thing now. A lot of people watch on TV.
People
that
do
was not
watch
a thing.
YouTube
YouTube TV as a product also wasn't really a thing 10 years ago when they were producing the shows for these people. And Speed is arguably one of the most recognizable faces on earth right now for a younger audience. You could even say an older audience, but with what he's done in each country, it's the most viral thing when he's there. And he's gone to a lot of countries, and he probably plans to go to more countries. So them putting him as the face works wonders. The way Agent kind of frames it is he's kind of taking a little bit of an elbow, a fun elbow at Twitch of like, damn, yo, YouTube really treat people good, man. I don't know. Who else is YouTube doing something like this with that we know, right? There are probably people in other languages that we have no idea.
I love YouTube. I love YouTube. YouTube, I love you so much, but you know, sometimes you love your brothers. Sometimes your brothers, they hold you sometimes, right? You like, bro, what's wrong with you, bro? Why are you doing that? But then you love them though at the same time. Yeah, you know, they do a lot of good too, but sometimes they hold you and it's bad. Bro, why would you do that? That's YouTube for sure.
That maybe YouTube's done something with them. But I think Agent is just like, yo, Twitch, y'all got to tap in a little bit more. Although Twitch does show a lot of love. And I think Kai Cenat is an example of really the first creator, we could say, where Twitch really got behind him.
They was holding him at first, though. Y'all remember? A while back, he was holding them. And they were like, they had to switch it up.
And pushed him and did everything they could for him. Before that, you had them show favoritism towards certain creators or certain streamers, but they never really came out and but pushed them forward and gave them any and everything that they needed, like they're doing with the Kai Cenat. And it is reciprocal because Kai Cenat is doing so much. The amount of new eyes and users and signups that he's brought to Twitch is like nobody has ever done in the past.
Yeah, it least they can do.
So with Speed, I like the fact that YouTube is doing this. I'm really entertained to check out something like this. And this might be the new wave of consumption because, like, of course, we had traditional actors, and we will always have that have shows, but it costs money to promote these shows and marketing dollars. Think about how profitable it is to, of course, is sponsoring this, and then who knows what other advertisements you've got integrated with the show. So that's a moneymaker in itself. It's on YouTube, which is a platform where Speed fans are already on, as well as many other people that may know of Speed, but don't know what the show is about. And then it's exclusively on YouTube, and then the clips that will get spread of it, I don't know if they're going to copyright it. That's one thing that I'm interested to see how that works, because I do think the dynamic, this is just more of a boring conversation. It's a more boring businessy conversation about how I think clipping is going to affect the monetization of content, especially with like rights holders in the future, because a lot of people are just never going to watch a stream and they're only going to watch clips. And they're,
I know, but it's the conversion. I feel like what's going on? What are we doing? Crying downstairs. The conversion, I think it's like, all right, I know not every million people that saw this clip are gonna pull up to the stream, but even if I can get 1% of that, you know what I'm saying, to pull up and come rock with me on stream, like that's just how that works. You feel me? I don't think it'll get too deep, but you would have to be a real hating ass nigga, like, to be upset with seeing that, and that's it. I don't know. That's what I think. But that being said, y'all let me know what y'all think. Like the video, sub up, comment to the channel. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Great for y'all. We going, man.